Well, a lovely good afternoon to all of you. I've been over to the post office and I've posted off all the calendars. I haven't posted any books today because I've run out of envelopes, so I have to go online and order some more up from Dublin. I did buy some lovely broccoli over at the post office because it's also a little shop. It's Declan's shop. So I thought I'll get some broccoli and I'll cook it on the stove while the stove's nice and hot. So I've done that. I'm going to have that with some tomato ketchup, just sort of dipping the broccoli spears into the tomato ketchup. That's just what I fancy. So let me just close up this. That's it. And put that kettle back on there and fill it up. Now this is just going to be an unedited one-shot video because I promised you all that I would keep in touch on a daily basis. Jack, come on, you can come with me. We're going to go into the lodge. Now I've been out and I've bought some dillisk. Well, I haven't been out today except to the post office, but I got some dillisk, which is some Irish seaweed, and that's gorgeous. I'm going to be adding some of that to a soup later and also finely chop some and sprinkle it on a salad. Come on, Jack, let's go through to the lodge. I'm still calling it the lodge. Come on. So I've lit the stove in here. Come on, Jack. And I have my little phone on, a news station, so I'll just turn the news off. Sounds like David Attenborough, doesn't it?
About the part which the deep sea plays.
There we go. So I've lit the stove in here, nice and snug. I've also lit a few candles. I've put some essential oil onto the stove, just to clean the air, you know. Little candle going there. I'll open the door and show you outside. So it's raining, as you can see, and that's what I planted yesterday. It's been a lovely morning actually. We've had lots of sunshine and it's been nice enough weather. I'll show you what I've done in the barn, but I'm not going to nip over there now because it's raining. But I'll show you that tomorrow. So, come on in, Jack. We'll sit and have a little chat here. Now, so, everything's got a lot more serious now with the COVID-19. And I'll tell you how serious it's got in Ireland. They've closed all the pubs. To my American audience, that's bars. They're all closed. There's not a drop of drink to be had in the country. Now, the only other force that's ever managed to do that has been God. Because they used to close the pubs on Good Friday, you know, leading up to Easter weekend. And I think it was last year, the year before, they allowed the pubs to be opened. They sort of came out of that, you know, they're trying to divide, they're trying to kind of separate rather, you know, church from state, which is as it should be. I don't think church and state should mix. But anyway, the state has closed all the pubs because it's about keeping people apart, you know, not having any gathering going on. So, anyway, such is life. Doesn't affect me. In fact, I was just thinking to myself this morning, how has my life changed since COVID-19? How will it change my life? And it's not going to change anything other than shopping, you know, going out around the shops. That's, oh, and I suppose the occasional, cup of tea and a scone in a local cafe or a little restaurant. But other than that, no, it hasn't affected me at all. Nor will it. So, what I was thinking about this morning, which will be interesting to read your comments on, is how the landscape will look after this. And by landscape I mean civilization as we know it now. Because there's a sort of a feel of 2012 about all this. Remember 2012? That was going to be when like the awakening happened and things were going to change and we were going to make that sort of consciousness leap of evolution. Well, it feels very much like that. The landscape of civilization as we know it, I personally think, is going to change forever. And everything that's happened, say over the past 20 years, will, the kind of consumerism, the cheap air travel, the jumping on a plane to go away for the weekend to Prague, the huge vehicles, the huge houses, the way we shop in terms of everything being disposable, almost like disposable fashion. Vivienne Westwood's spoken about this. There's so much which is now almost in the past tense. So, food for thought, eh? Just food for thought. I personally think it's for the better. I put out a little tweet this morning and I also put the same text up on Facebook, on the Facebook page Bealtaine Cottage Goddess Gardens. And let me just see if I can get it up on the phone and I'll just read it out to you because it just occurred to me, Let me just sit down here. There's the bay leaves, by the way, which I've been drying. I'll just put my glasses on. Go on to there. Yes, there we go. Here we go. It is ironic that during all this panic and growing despair, Mother Earth will thrive as we become quiet and still. What we should keep in mind is simply this: what benefits her ultimately benefits us. Be interesting to read your thoughts on that and your thoughts on how you envisage hang on, stop it now. How you envision the life after COVID-19. Anyway, blessings to you all. And yes, each calendar that is ordered will come with one of my bay leaves, which I use for writing wishes on before burning. Okay, but it's only the calendars. I've got my little bags here to pop them into. And those of you who are receiving calendars with the bay leaf in. Look in the middle of the calendar. That's where I've popped it in, okay? Blessings to you all.